Hi, welcome to Johnny Works. This is Tool School, okay? Today we're working on paintbrush cleaning supplies, all right? If you're gonna paint anything and you're gonna spend money on brushes like these to paint your house or to paint projects at home if you're a do-it-yourselfer, you definitely wanna have these next 4 tools that I'm gonna talk about. So stay tuned and I'll teach you how to save cash because these things are expensive. All right, number 1, wire brush, okay? Brand's not important. The scraper, not too important. I don't really scrape a lot of stuff with this, but if you were painting your house and you have an old house and you want to scrape some paint, that's what that's good for, okay? But wire brush is good for all that buildup. So I gave you the finger, again. All that buildup of paint that'll be on this part right here. If you clean it off really well with water, if it's latex, it'll come off pretty good. Not a big deal, okay? Oil stays on a little harder, but that's where this comes in, okay? You can scratch it off the metal, scrape it off the metal with a little bit of water. If you're using oil paint, you need paint thinner or acetone or something like that. But anyway, you want to clean that paint off of this thing, or else it just builds up, okay? And it makes your brush kind of suck. And then eventually you lose bristles. That thing gets hard, all right? So wire brush, super important to brush that metal off and get all that crap off of there. All right, number 2, brush comb. $3 tops. I think that's the max. I don't think they go any more than that. Brush comb, all right? Super important. You're running your paintbrush under water. You're taking your brush comb and you're running it through your bristles, okay? And that's taking out any chunks of paint that's in there. And if you're running this under a hose or a faucet or whatever, if it's latex, don't ever do oil in your sink. This thing can help take that paint out. And it takes a while. Light colors like white and beige and that stuff comes out quicker, but like dark colors like blue, red, those things take a while. So you're gonna wanna brush all that crap out of your bristles, save your brush, okay? Very important. So when you clean up at the end of the day, wire brush takes all the gunk off the metal, it holds your bristles together and on the edges, and then this thing, you can comb it out, just like combing that crap out of your hair, that Aquanet or whatever the heck people with hair use. I don't know. Okay? All right. All right, next, paint spinner. Okay, this bad boy will save your brush. So after you have used this, and after you have used this, you're gonna move on to this, all right? You have cleaned your brush, you run it out in your water, you've squeezed it, you brushed it a million times, you feel like you're pretty good, you barely see any coming out anymore, you think you've done a pretty thorough job, this comes in. Alright, so this thing clamps in. You're gonna put your brush in, it's a little tight, look at it, in my belly. Push that thing in down, secure it, okay? Now, this is important. Don't do this near your wife's car, don't do it near your house, don't do it near anybody. Do it outside, away from anything that you care about, just in case, because there's gonna be a little bit of paint left. Alright, you're gonna want to spin this bad boy multiple times, okay? And when you do that, that paint's gonna spread everywhere, like artwork, okay? Like one of those spinny things at the carnival when you were kids, they put the drop in and it spins, okay? This thing's gonna go everywhere. So keep it away from you and anything you care about, because that extra paint is gonna go everywhere. So you're just gonna run this thing until you don't see anything coming out, okay? Take it out, it'll still be damp, all right? So what I usually do is I'll take a nice a cloth, something I'm not gonna care about. I'll just fold this thing up in it and I'll put it somewhere. Because there will be water that drips out and maybe a little paint that'll still drip out, all right? But these 3 tools will help you big time. This last thing is a 5-in-1, okay? It's got a ton of uses, okay? I'm gonna do a video just on this, but one use that you will use this for in painting, besides maybe scraping some stuff, is to clean your nap, okay? This goes on your paint roller when you're doing walls or ceilings, okay? This thing has that groove in it that pulls that paint out, okay? You're running your water on here from your faucet or your hose, and you're pushing all that paint out. And if you want to save this, these are expensive. 2 of these are probably like, for nice ones, this was a nice one, they're probably like, I think, $8-9, okay? Kind of expensive. And this brush, like I said, is probably like between 12 and 15 bucks. So if you're throwing this away every time you don't clean it, huge waste of cash. If you're throwing these away every time, same thing, big waste of money. All right, so you want to make sure that you have these items in your toolbox.